Interfacing 8051 to LCD, that is liquid crystal display. Here mainly we'll be discussing about the different features of LCD, the operation modes of LCDs, then how to program and interface an LCD to an 8051 using mainly assembly language programming. The first topic is LCD operation. In recent years, the LCD is finding widespread use replacing LEDs, that is mainly 7-segment LEDs or other multi-segment LEDs. This is due to the following reasons. The first reason is the declining prices of LCDs. The second one is the ability to display numbers, characters and graphics. This is in contrast to LEDs, which are limited to numbers and few characters. The third reason is incorporation of a refreshing controller into the LCD, thereby relieving the CPU of the task of refreshing the LCD. In contrast, the LED must be refreshed by the CPU or in some other way to keep displaying the data. And the fourth point is ease of programming for characters and graphics. The next topic is LCD pin descriptions. The LCD discussed in this section has 14 pins. The function of each pin is given in the table. Pin number 1 is VSS, that is ground. Pin number 2 is VCC, that is plus 5 volt power supply. Pin number 3 is VEE, that is power supply to control contrast of the LCD. And pin number 4 is RS, and it is input pin. When RS is equal to 0, to select command register, we set RS is equal to 1 to select data register. And fifth pin is read or write. This is again input pin. If the read or write pin is equal to 0 for write operation, and this particular pin is equal to 1 for read operation. The sixth pin is E, that is enable, and it is IO pin. And pin number 7 to 14 are nothing but the 8-bit data bus. They are nothing but again IO pins as shown in the table. Now let us study each pin in detail. So here VCC and VSS provide plus 5 volt and ground respectively. VEE is used for controlling LCD contrast, as we discussed earlier. And RS is nothing but register select. If RS is equal to 0, instruction command code register is selected, and if RS is equal to 1, the data register is selected. And the next pin is R/W represented, that is nothing but read or write. R/W, that is read or write, that is equal to 1 when reading, and this particular pin is equal to 0 when we perform the writing operation. And the next pin is E, that is enable. The enable pin is used by the LCD to latch information presented to its data pins. When data is supplied to data pins, a high to low pulse must be applied to this pin in order for the LCD to latch in the data present at the data pins. This pulse must be a minimum of 450 nanoseconds wide. This is the requirement. Next, the D0 to D7 pins. The 8-bit data pins D0 to D7 are used to send information to the LCD or read the contents of the LCD's internal registers. To display letters and numbers, we send ASCII codes for the letters capital A to capital Z, small a to small z, and numbers 0 to 9 to these pins while making RS is equal to 1. This is very important. So in this condition, we should make RS is equal to 1. There are also instruction command codes that can be sent to the LCD to clear the display or force the cursor to the home position or blink the cursor. The table shows or the table lists the instruction command codes. As shown in the table, if you send the hex code 1 to the hex code 1 command code to LCD instruction, it clears the display screen. If you send the hex code 2, it is nothing but return home. Hex code 4 decrements the cursor, that is nothing but shift cursor to left. 6 that is hex code 6 is nothing but increment cursor, that is nothing but shift cursor to right. 5 is nothing but shift display right. 7 is the this one what 7 is nothing but shift display left. Then 8 is nothing but display off, that is nothing again cursor off. Capital A is nothing but display off cursor on. Capital C is nothing but display on cursor off. Capital E is nothing but display on cursor blinking. Then capital F is nothing but display on cursor blinking. Then again EF 10 10, there is nothing but shift cursor position to left. 14 shift cursor position to right. If you send 18, shift the entire display to the left. 1C, shift the entire display to the right. 80, force cursor to beginning of the first line. C0, force cursor to beginning of the second line. 38, nothing but 2 lines and 5 cross 7 matrix selection. So what we understand from this is we need to send these hex codes as LCD command codes to do different operations in the LCD screen. We also use RS is equal to 0 to check the busy flag bit to see if the LCD is ready to receive information. The busy flag is D7 and can be read when R/W read write that is equal to 1 and RS is equal to 0. If this one what read or write that is equal to 1 RS is equal to 0, when D7 is equal to 0, that is busy flag is equal to 1, the LCD is busy taking care of internal operations and will not accept any new information. So this is what we need to understand. When D7 is equal to 0, the LCD is ready to receive new information. And the very important point we need to remember is it is recommended or very important to check the busy flag before writing any data to the LCD. The next important topic is sending commands and data to LCDs with a time delay. This is the first method. To send any of the commands from the previous table to the LCDs, what we need to do is make pin RS is equal to 0, and for sending data make RS is equal to 1. This is the important thing we need to remember. Then send a high to low pulse to E pin to enable the internal latch of the LCD. To understand this process, let us consider one program. Here we need to do some initial adjustments, that is P1.0 to P1.7, port 1.0 to 1.7 of the microcontroller are connected to LCD data pins D0 to D7. So this is the initial connection we need to do. And port 2.0 of the microcontroller is connected to RS pin of LCD. It should be connected. And port 2.1 of the microcontroller is connected to a read-write pin of LCD. And port 2.2 is of the microcontroller is connected to, or it should be connected to E enable pin of LCD. So these are the initial adjustments or connections we need to do before using this particular program. If you analyze this program, the first instruction is ORG0000H and the next instruction is move A, #38H. In the previous table, if you see what is 38H, that is mainly used for initialization process. In it, LCD 2 lines, comma 5 cross 7 matrix. For this particular initialization, we use the command 38H. Then the next thing required is we need to send this command to LCD. For that, the next instruction is a call COMNWRT, that is command write, a call command write. So if you go to the subroutine command write, there what we have is move p1 comma a. So a, what you have, that is in our case it is 38h hash 38h, that is moved to p1, the copy register a to port 1, then CLR p2.0. so we need to do, why it is done is just to make rs is equal to 0, so mainly for command operation. Then CLR p2.1, so our intention here is to write, so if you clear it, that is for write operation, that is r/w is equal to 0 for write operation. For that particular purpose this is done. Then SETB p2.2, p2.2 is set, that is p2.2 is nothing but enable pin, so E is equal to 1 for high pulse. Then a call delay, give LCD some time to do some other operation, so we create a delay. Then CLR p2.2, so initially we have set p2.2, then we are clearing it, means high to low transition, so E is equal to 0 for high to low pulse. So this is what is done. Then return, go back to the place where exactly it was called. This particular subroutine sends the command 38 to the LCD. Now if you want to send one command for display on and cursor on, for that what we need to do is, for that the command number is 0EH. So for that the instruction is move a comma hash 0EH and a call command write. So again if you go to this particular command write subroutine, same operation continues. A content will be copied to P1, CLR P2.0, RS is equal to 0 for command, and again we need to clear port 2.1, that is for read write operation. To do that it should be 0. Then set this one what port 2.2, that is E is equal to 1 high, decall a delay, then again make it low by clearing port 2.2. So with this what happens is the command, this particular command that will be sent to the LCD, and the command is display on and cursor on. Similarly, how to send some other commands for the other requirements are given here in the program. Now let us see how to send the data to the LCD. For that go to the instruction move a comma hash n to send the letter n to the LCD. So this is again done here with this instruction move a comma accumulator comma hash n. Then a call data write, the subroutine data write is called. If you go to the subroutine data write here, again same thing, move p1 comma a, that data is copied to port 1, set bit port 2.0, so rs is equal to 1 for data, so that is a difference. In the subroutine command write, so there what we used to do is port 2.0 is cleared because it is meant for command, for writing the command. But here in data write, port 2.0 is set, so with that what happens is it is considered as data, rs is equal to 1 for data transmission. Then CLR p2.1, that is read and write operation. For write operation it is 0, so we clear it. Then set bit p2.2, port 2.2, so that is p2.2 is nothing but enable pin, it is connected to enable pin. Initially we make it high, then a delay is called, then CLR p2.2, again we make it 0, so E is equal to 0, and this one what for high to low pulse. So after doing this one, the command sends the data to the LCD. And the delay subroutine used in the program is shown here. The LCD connections to 8051 microcontroller is shown in the figure. As we discussed earlier, we can clearly see here that port 1.0 to 1.7 of 8051 microcontroller is connected to D0 to D7 pins of the LCD, and port 2.0 of the microcontroller is connected to RS pin. Port 2.1 of microcontroller is connected to read-write pin of LCD. Port 2.2 of microcontroller 8051 is connected to enable pin of LCD. And VCC of LCD is connected to plus 5 volt. VSS is connected to ground, and VEE is nothing but the power supply to control the contrast. The next topic is sending code or data to the LCD with checking busy flag. The previous program what we have discussed showed how to send commands to the LCD without checking the busy flag. We have noticed that we must put a long delay between issuing data or command to the LCD. We have one better method alternative to this particular method, that is, we should monitor the busy flag before issuing a command or data to the LCD. This particular method is explained in this program. Here again we should remember that port 1 of microcontroller is connected to data pins of LCD, and pin P2.0 of 8051 microcontroller is connected to RS pin of LCD. P2.1 of microcontroller is connected to read-write pin of LCD, and P2.2 of microcontroller should be connected to enable pin of LCD. Here again, if you consider the same task of initialization of LCD 2-line 5x7 matrix is our requirement, means again the command code what we need to send is #38h. So this is here done by using the instruction move a #38h, and after that a call command, subroutine command is called. If you go to the subroutine command, there again you have the instruction a call ready. So this particular instruction a call ready, this again calls one subroutine ready. What exactly it is going to do is it checks is LCD ready, whether the LCD is ready. If the LCD is ready, then it performs the copying or issuing command operation. Again move P1, A is content is copied to port 1, CLR P2.0, CLR P2.1, that is nothing but RS is equal to this one 0 for command line, and then again read write operation, in that it sets it to 0 for write operation. Set bit P2.0, enable it makes it high, then again clears P2.2, it makes it 0 low. So that means with this the copying operation, so it will be completed, or the sending command operation, so that will be completed. But here we are interested in the first instruction of this subroutine, that is a call ready. So that is nothing but ready subroutine. It is given in the next page. If you see the ready subroutine here, so the first instruction there is ACTB P1.7. So here make port P pin 1.7 as input port, and set it. Then clear P2.0. So RS is equal to 0, access command register. So pin 2.0, just we need to clear it. Then again set bit pin 2.1, port 2.1. So since it is a read operation, So read command register, so we make it 1, or we need to set this particular thing. Then clear P 2.2, that is E is equal to 0, enable pin, we made it 0 for low to high pulse. Then call a delay, just give LCD some time. Then SETB P 2.0, so set bit P 2.0. Initially we have cleared P 2.2, so now we should set P 2.2. So E is equal to 1, low to high pulse. So to achieve this one, we need to set this particular bit. Then the next instruction is very important, that is JB, jump if borrow P 1.7 comma back. That means if P 1.7 is set, go to the label back, and from there execute it again. So that means simply we need to wait till 1 point pin or P 1.7 becomes 0. If it is 0, yeah, the next instruction executes, that is return and means it comes out of this particular loop. So here the important thing we need to remember, or we need to understand, is the LCD is free, or LCD becomes free to do some other functionality or work when the busy flag becomes 0. So here the busy flag is nothing but P 1.7. If P 1.7 is 0, so that means the LCD is free. So this is what we need to understand. When it is free, yeah, we can send command or data to it. So this important thing we can understand from this particular program. In the LCD, that is in liquid crystal display, one can put data at any location of his choice. The following shows the address locations and how they are accessed. Here the requirement is RS should be 0, read write should be 0, and DB7 should be 1 always, and DB6, DB5, DB4, DB3, DB2, DB1 and DB0 are represented as A's, that is AA, and AAA. So here the meaning is where all these DB6 to DB0 are nothing but or their values are from 000000, that is 7 zeros, to 01000111 for line 1, if line 1 you need to select, and all these DB6 to DB0 value should be 1 followed by all zeros, 6 zeros, to 11000111 for line 2, if you want to select line 2. So this is the representation here, and DB7 should be 1 always. And the next figure shows the LCD timing for read operation. Here D0 to D7 represents data and the E is enable. And one important thing we need to observe here is read requires and low to high pulse for E pin, that is enable pin, and read write pin, it should be 1, and RS should be 0 for the read operation. And here TD is nothing but data output delay time, and TAS is nothing but setup time prior to E, and its value is 140 nanoseconds minimum, and TAH is nothing but the whole time after E has come down for both RS and R/W, and its value is also 10 nanoseconds minimum. And this figure shows the LCD timing for write operation. Here again the important thing we need to observe is the write operation requires and high to low pulse transition for E, that is enable pin. The next topic is sending information to LCD using MOVC instruction. The program here shows how to use the MOVC instruction to send data and commands to LCD. Here again the connection, what we need to do is port 1.0 to port pin 1.0 to 1.7, that should be connect of microcontroller should be connected to D0 to D7 pins of LCD. P 2.0 of microcontroller should be connected to RS pin of LCD. P 2.1 of 8051 controller is connected to, or it should be connected to read write pin of LCD. And P 2.2 of 8051 microcontroller should be connected to enable E pin of LCD. The first instruction is move dptr hash mycom. Here mycom is nothing but the database created which includes the values what we need to send to LCD as commands. It includes the values 38H, 0EH, then 01H, 06, 84, etc. For example, the first value in the mycom is 38H, for example. The next instruction is CLRA, that is clear accumulator. So that clears the accumulator content. Then MOVC A, at A plus DPTR. So DPTR holds the value what we need to send to LCD. So accumulator is content is 0. So at that particular position in the accumulator, so what you have, that plus DPTR, okay, that particular content is moved to accumulator now. So that means the content of accumulator itself, that is nothing but in our case it is 38H only. Then the instruction is a call command write. So call command subroutine. So now if you go to command write subroutine, so there what we have is move P1 comma A, accumulator content is copied to P1 as we studied earlier. Then clear P 2.0 to select RS is equal to 0 for command transmission. Then CLR P 2.1, that is clearing port P 2.1 just to do read write operation is equal to 0, that is for write operation, for selecting the write operation. Then SETB P 2.2 that is done to make enable pin 1. Then a call delay, just give LCD some time. Then again clear P 2.2 just to make it low, so enable pin low. So that actually what happens is with this what happens, the command with the value 38H that will be sent to LCD. After that the next instruction is a call delay, give LCD a little time. Then the next instruction is JZ send data, jump if 0 send data. This is for data transmission. So there in send data subroutine, if you see, the first instruction is move dptr hash my data. Here if you just look, my data is nothing but DB which holds the string hello, HELLO string. Now here move dptr hash my data means that particular string, it will be copied to dptr. Then clear A, clear accumulator, MOVC A, at A plus DPTR. Since accumulator content is 0, so DPTR plus that particular thing. So that is nothing but DPTR content itself, it will be copied to A, that is accumulator. Then A call data write. In data write subroutine, the same operation is done what we have studied earlier to send the data to the LCD. So after performing that one, means here the first letter, the letter in the string, so that will be sent to LCD. Then a call delay, give LCD some time. Then increment DPTR, so pointing to the next string, and jump if 0 again. So if it reaches to the AND, go to again, or else S jump D1. So D1 is nothing but again clear A, move C A, at A plus DPTR, the content of the DPTR, the second letter that will be copied to accumulator. A call data write, so the all the instructions are executed to transmit data to the LCD. Then a delay, increment DPTR, if it has not reached to the end of the string, again jump to D1, like that it continues. Here we can see the data write subroutine. So this is used to send data to the LCD. Then delay subroutine we have. At last we can see the mycomdb, which holds the different commands we need to send to LCD. And again mydatadb, it includes the string hello what we need to send to LCD.